RC, don't know if you heard, but Notre Dame's playing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're facing Ohio State in the College Football Playoff National Championship. That's Monday in Atlanta. The Buckeyes are seeking their first title since 2014. Meanwhile, Fighting Irish are trying to snap a championship drought dating back to when, you ask? 1988. My goodness. Cam, 1988, and they're like America's team. Sure,
I
unbelievable.
wasn't even born yet.
Right? Babyface
That's
assassin.
a long time.
Cam, which program needs a title more?
I say Ohio State in specifics because we had a discussion a couple weeks back, and Stephen A. Holla at your boy was talking about calling for Ryan Day's job. Well, if Ryan Day does not win this game, as he is a favorite, now it puts him in question, is he capable of winning the big game? And obviously the predecessor to Urban Meyer, which he was known for winning these types of games. And I think it's more important, or this program needs it more, or more specifically, this coach needs it more, being in this type of situation, given the circumstances of the teams that he lost to, as well as other things too.
Well, a couple of things. Let me chime in.
Okay.
Let me chime in here, RC, real quick. Number one, let's make sure that we represent my position clear, because I'm not backing up from it. When Ryan Day lost to Michigan, that marked 4 straight times they had lost to Michigan. And what I said was, going into that game, if he lost that playoff opener to Tennessee after losing to Michigan, they needed to look for another coach. Now he won. Romped Tennessee, okay? Obviously, they won the next 2 games, and now he's in the national championship game. But had he lost to Tennessee, I wouldn't have budged 1 inch. I stand by what I said at that particular moment in time. He just handled his business, so he deserves credit for it. But what I would say is the answer to this question, RC, the answer is Notre Dame. Because Ohio State being in a national championship game, having the personnel that they have, being in the Big Ten as opposed to being an independent, stuff like that, okay? You look at them and you expect them to be in this position, to be quite honest with you. That's why I'm so disappointed when they don't. Notre Dame, I mean, the Lakers, the Yankees, the Cowboys, in their respective sports, they are who they are. In a lot of people's eyes, it's Notre Dame. I still don't understand how they got this damn fan base, but they got it. They ain't won a national title since 1988. Okay, but they still got it. And if they were to win, oh my Lord, what this would do for the program, what this would do for college football, it would be very, very significant. If Ohio State does it, congratulations. But y'all are studs. You were supposed to do that anyway. What the hell were you doing losing to Michigan?
Yeah, and so I think when we talk about the overall program and the university and the football program as it stands, I do believe Notre Dame needs this win more. I don't know if I've ever said this on this show, but I wanted to go to Notre Dame. One of my Christmas gifts in middle school was a faux Notre Dame letterman because I wanted to be Tony Rice. I played quarterback growing up, and their quarterback looked like me, and he ran the option like the high school I was going to go to ran. And then I remember when I moved to defense, I'll never forget Coach Hank Tierney. He's still at Archbishop Shaw to this day. I went to a Catholic high school, and he walked out, and he goes, "This is how old I am." He said, "Notre Dame just came to get your highlight tape." And I remember running home telling my mama, like, they might offer me a scholarship, and it never happened, and everything worked out the way it did. But that's why they were America's team. I got a chance to sit in my living room and watch Notre Dame every Saturday when LSU wasn't on TV every Saturday at that time. And so when you talk about Lou Holtz and what he was able to create, they've never actually reached that same height or that peak ever again. And that's why it's more important for the entire university. But when we talk about this singular year, it's Ohio State. Notre Dame doesn't have the NIL money Ohio State does. Notre Dame can't tell their kids, hey, if you stay in school and forego the NFL, we'll make sure that your pockets are straight. We'll make sure you are set up financially. Ohio State could. That's why the only big-time player they lost to the draft was Marvin Harrison Jr. because he was going to be 4th overall. then Notre Dame can't go get Quinshon Junkins from Ole Miss. They can't add Caleb Downs from Alabama. This is a super team, as super teams are supposed to be built in Ohio State. And the only reason that this fan base, that the university, that the boosters, that the collective will be able to overlook not being able to beat Michigan is if you can win it all. And when we've given you one of the best teams, 20 million can buy, when you have a coach that has been the coach at your university in these big games before, we expect that this year is the year you come through. Now, the team that's playing with the third and fourth stringers, the team that has a coach that hasn't even been there for 5 years, the team that took over a team that the former head coach said he wanted to go to LSU because it gave him a better opportunity to win the championship games like this, they ain't supposed to be there. They playing with house money. So to me, it would be a total upset. Even with my son being on the team, I can say that. A total upset for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish to win this game, which is why it's a bigger win and it's a must win for Ohio State.
And it's in a question form. Both of y'all can answer, but we got to get Cam back in here.
Yeah.
If Ohio State wins, all right, you handled your business. If Notre Dame wins, it means everything. So when I answer, I get where you're coming from, RC, and you're not wrong. I'm just saying we're inhaling the question a bit differently. I'm thinking about who it's going to do more for. Mm-hmm. It's going to do more for Notre Dame
100%.
And for college football if Notre Dame wins the national championship. If Ohio State wins, you handled your business. Congratulations.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that totally.
Yeah, handling your business also means good business and a return on your investment because you do have the most expensive roster in college football.
It's not the most expensive, though. I've heard others that spent more than $20 million, but go ahead.
Okay, it's Texas. They're second. Top two, and they probably 2 or 1. You dig what I'm saying? But my point is this, and I want you to hear this, Mr. Clark, Papa Clark, Pastor Clark. I'm going for Notre Dame. Like, I really want Notre Dame to win. And because of one reason. Marcus Freeman. He the first black coach to coach in the national championship and to potentially win the national championship. Other than that, I could care less. But it's because of Coach Marcus Freeman. That's why I'm going for Notre Dame. You dig what I'm saying?
I'm flowing with Cam on the Marcus Freeman point, no doubt. I'm a family man, and there's a clock on the game. I'm rooting for your son. But I'm worried. That's Ohio State we talk about.
I'm worried too.
I don't know if y'all gonna do it. I don't know if y'all gonna do it. But I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you.
I will say this, though, on the Marcus Freeman point. I remember walking around campus with him 2 years ago prior to Jordan being there and him saying, I understand what it is to be a Notre Dame man, but we are going to have to accept some kids who aren't quite Notre Dame men yet and teach them how to be. And I believe that this team is an example of that in the way that he's not only getting these guys to play the best football they could play, but you could see the way that he's sewing in to these young men. And so beyond him being the first black, head coach to be in this national championship game, the leader of men that Marcus Freeman goes beyond race, beyond color, beyond religion. He's done an amazing job there. And I, for one, as a parent, am very lucky that my son got to play for him.
I'll leave it on that note.